How happy would you be if you never had to pay for gas or groceries ever again? Here's your chance. 2 winners each will receive free gas and groceries for a lifetime in the Gas and Groceries for Life raffle, presented by Thomas J. Henry. Free gas, free groceries, 2 winners. All net proceeds benefit elementary school children and local food banks. So get rolling, hit the gas, and purchase your raffle tickets at gasandgroceриesforlife.com today.
Mallory, it's time to roll out the top five biggest college football moments of Week 11 of the college football season. Do you know anything about college football here in the state of Texas?
Not really.
You're only the.
I'm just kind of here to listen.
You're only the producer and co-host of Republic of Football, the award-winning college football podcast.
The award-winning, yes, sir.
On Dave Campbell's
That's
Texas
right.
Football. So we're going to roll out the top 5 biggest college football moments of the weekend, starting with numero 5.
Heard about Tyree Wilson. He is the ultimate teammate. Tyler Shuck looking for the end zone. He got it!
Tyler Shuck guts it out in Texas Tech's win over Kansas. I thought this was a really, first of all, Kansas is obviously like they're much better than they used to be. You know what I mean? I don't think I'm really going out on a limb here.
Jason Bean's just not.
Well, obviously they've been better with Jaden Daniels, right?
Of course.
But I think that they're better than they have been in the past years. Right?
For sure. Yeah, Lance Leipold's been.
He's been doing a great job.
Really good
right?
for them.
I thought this is obviously a really important win for Tech, because if they have any hopes of making a bowl, they needed this win, and then they probably need to go. They get Iowa and Oklahoma to close the season, both of which I think are winnable, especially Oklahoma at home. They go 2 Ames this week, which is not going to be fun. But they needed that, and they were in a dogfight with Kansas. They come out in the second half. They get a missed field goal from Kansas, which helps. Trade punts, and then you get that Tyler Shuck 9-yard touchdown run, which really puts them in control, 33-21. Game got a little hairy because Kansas comes back and scores, but at that point they were able to hold them at arm's length. I also thought it was important because they needed a guy to step up at the quarterback spot, and Tyler Shuck stepped up in a big way.
I think the good thing about Tyler Shuck, and we talked about this on Republic of Football, he kind of gives a little bit of both. You get Baron Morton, and then I'm blanking on Donovan Smith. He gives a little bit of both, and I think he's been really good for them. I also think this game this weekend is really, really important for Texas Tech, because before the season, I think the hype was really there for Texas Tech around Joey McGuire hiring and stuff like that. I think
when they beat Texas,
I really think that to keep the train rolling and to keep recruits coming into Lubbock, I think they need to make it to a bowl game.
Yep.
They've got to get 6 wins.
I think at Iowa State's a better chance than home against Oklahoma.
I think so too.
So I think it's important. But Tyler Shuck kept them alive for that. Number 4.
I'm suspense for this final quarter of the bracket. Still 3 at-large selections to be announced. Trinity, Texas is in as an automatic qualifier out of the Southern Athletic Association. The Tigers completed the 10th undefeated regular season in school history, the first since the 10-win season in 2011. Trinity extended its regular season win streak to 20 games dating back to the final game of the spring of the 2021 season. Saturday's victory, the 60th in the career of head coach Jeremy Urban, tying him with Trinity Athletics Hall of Famer Gene Norris, second on the all-time list. One of those at-large spots we reference goes to Hardin Simmons, 11th NCAA appearance, a 9-1 record. Saturday's victory over Texas Lutheran, the 500th in program history. A 45-16 win was one final positive impression for that selection committee. Congratulations to Hardin Simmons for this at-large selection. Mary Hardin Baylor is in and a host. The 2021 national champions on your screen there, 9-1, their record this season. Saturday's victory, actually 20 years as the school's defensive coordinator. Larry Harmon experiencing a successful first season as head coach. Their only loss this season was to Wisconsin Whitewater. Quarterback Kyle King has thrown for 31 touchdown passes. Mary Hardin Baylor will meet Huntington, the USA South champions, for the 4th year in a row, a 55-7 victory over LaGrange on Saturday. Coach Mike Turk said our mindset for playoffs is to keep playing. When you're in that situation, the only way you get to keep playing is to win. We've been fortunate enough to do that. We're going to enjoy this and get ready for the playoffs.
The Division III bracket puts Texas teams on a collision course. Didn't see that coming, did you?
No.
Yeah, so the D3 bracket for college football playoffs came out on Sunday. You might have missed it. But 3 teams made the playoff. Hardin-Simmons, Trinity, and Mary Hardin-Baylor. And they're all going to be in kind of a quartet together. You've got Mary Hardin-Baylor playing Huntington in first round. They should win that game, in my opinion. And then you've got the real main event, in my opinion. Trinity and Hardin-Simmons going to play in an all-Texas slugfest for a spot in the next round, probably to play Mary Hardin-Baylor. So pretty cool. I'm glad that we get this. We get it's easy for me to zero in on those that kind of portion of the bracket.
Yeah.
And so now you've got some rooting interest as far as Texas teams are concerned in Division III ranks.
Yeah, and just a little bit of a plug here, too. If you guys don't know, Mike Craven, our college football insider, and Corey Hogue, our small college insider, they do a small college podcast every Tuesday. So if you're interested in more of these sub-FBS level teams, please make sure to check that out, too.
And on Thursday, we will have Corey on the show.
We will have Corey. Yeah, we'll have Corey on the show,
on
too.
TFT, so we'll talk a little small college playoffs coming up here on Thursday. But anyway, D3 bracket came out, and it was big doings. Number 3.
All-start calls on the road because the crowd is so involved, but K-State's kept the crowd out of it. Here's a pass to Deuce Vaughn. Cuts it inside. 6 points for number 22.
You see, Baylor's defense is torched in the loss to Kansas State.
Torched is an understatement. They got
manhandled in this game. And look, I don't know what's going on with the defense. They were run out of the building. They gave up 405 yards total offense, and they could not get off the field. Kansas State was 8 of 13 on third down, and then 1 of 2 on fourth down. And they just got they really got dominated in this game in a way that you haven't seen. There's a lot on the offense, right? Blake Shapen was not good in this game. Blake Shapen, they weren't able to run the ball effectively. So there's a lot of blame to go around. But now let's consider the fact, what is Baylor's defense at this point? It's weird.
There's no it factor in the defense. Last year you had Jalen Petrie, right? And then you had there's a couple others that
they thought that
were
Siaki Iko was going to be that guy.
Yes, but they just don't have that it factor. There is nothing about this Baylor team, and we've talked about this, that really provides that it factor. And I think that they probably thought that Blake Shapen was going to be that guy.
Yeah.
But he just turned out not to be.
Yeah. I mean, to be real honest, Baylor's defense is now 42nd in SP+, and that's fine. It's top quarter, but that's ultimately what Baylor is. They're fine.
Right.
Because they don't have some elite offense. They have a fine offense. They're just fine. They're 6-4.
Yeah. Now
a huge game this week against TCU. Opportunity to ruin their season. But
I think they've been eliminated from
they are out.
From Big 12
you know what?
Bowl contention.
I think they no longer control their own destiny. I know that.
Yes.
I think there is a way, if they win out and K-State loses out, maybe they can sneak in on a tiebreak. I'm not sure. But this certainly went a long way towards eliminating them, for sure.
Yeah.
I think they're huge underdogs to do it because they would have to beat TCU and Texas and then have Kansas State lose.
And just the way they match up.
Kansas and stuff
it's not going to work.
Number 2.
2nd down and 7. Tune with time. Deep shot. Down the middle of the field. Wide open receiver. Touchdown, Houston! Matthew Golden on the reception, and Houston is back in front. Don't have to worry about the field goal.
Tune to Golden keeps Houston's season afloat against Temple. This would have been a real bad loss.
Yeah.
This would have been a real bad loss. And I'm not here to pile on and say that they saved their season, because I think arguably the season's already a pretty big disappointment at 6-4. But you want to talk about a problematic ending to the season. If you were to go, they close out against East Carolina this week, which I think is about a pick'em game, right? And then they finish against Tulsa, who's bad, right? We were talking about when they were 5-3, we were thinking, hey, the good thing is, or 5-4 rather, good thing is that win over, they lose to SMU, but the schedule lightens up. They're going to be able to keep going, and they should be able to finish 8-4. They were on the brink of dropping a game at home.
The worst team in the American Conference. They are
1-8.
Or
South Florida. Yeah, they're 3-7.
Oh, 3-7. Okay, never mind. Okay, just kidding.
But they're bad. No.
Yes.
Make no mistake. They're bad. You're not wrong.
Yeah,
they're bad.
One of the worst teams in the American Conference.
According to SP Plus, they are the 112th ranked team in America. They are 3 spots worse than Northwestern.
And they almost get, it's just.
And Houston almost coughed it up to them. But we talked all season long about how Clayton Tune needed somebody else besides Tank Dell to step up as a receiver. I think Matthew Golden is that guy.
Yes.
It's a big-time play at a big-time moment, and Houston came through with the win. And in the end, it wasn't pretty.
No.
But it goes in the left-hand column, and that's all that matters. They are bowl eligible, which was not always going to happen at times.
It was a little sus.
But they get the win.
Yeah, and the thing is, too, is like they're moving to the Big 12 next year.
They need that momentum.
They need this momentum because Clayton Tune's not going to be there. Tank Dell's not going to be there. I mean, where are you going to pull that momentum from?
Exactly.
They needed that win.
The second biggest moment of the college football weekend, but it wasn't number one. Number one!
Texas brings pressure. Duggan backpedals, lofts to the end zone, wide open, Johnston, touchdown! A confused Texas secondary left the elite receiver wide open, 31-yard strike.
Watch the safety in the back end. They're disguising pressure here, and then that ends up dropping. Now watch the safety in the back end. Right here's the confusion. Go to the post. The safety doesn't go with him. Had no idea that Johnston...
TCU breaks through versus Texas to remain unbeaten. This is the game of the week. I don't think there's really any doubt about it. And TCU pulls out a 17-10 win at Texas to remain unbeaten and 10-0 and control their own destiny for the college football playoff. Plain and simple. They win 3 more games. 2 in the regular season, and then they close out. And they win whoever they're going to play in the Big 12 championship game. They'll be in the college football playoff. This game was as ugly as a bowling shoe. It was horrifying to watch. This game was ugly, ugly, ugly.
I was watching this at home, and I remember I had it on in the background. I was eating my dinner, and I was looking at my phone, and it was, I don't know, probably third quarter is when all of a sudden I look up, and Kendra Miller just breaks free on a long touchdown run, and I was like, that right there has to be the nail in the coffin. I mean, that right there.
Put them up 10. It's crazy. Put them up 10-0.
Right. And that was like, to me, I was like, that was the moment that I realized that TCU was going to win that game.
Right.
Because he finally broke through that defensive line, and that right there I knew that TCU was going to take that.
So here's what's so crazy about that. So the 2 touchdown plays, the Quentin Johnston touchdown run, or the Quentin Johnston touchdown pass that you saw there that put him up 17-3, and it really was the final nail in the coffin. And the Kendre Miller long touchdown run for 75 yards. That was worth it was 106 yards of offense right there.
Yes.
On their other, I'll do some quick math here, 62 snaps, or 63 snaps, they had 177 yards of offense.
Yeah.
The offense was horrifying on both sides, but the defense played fantastic. I thought Sonny Dykes coached circles around Steve Sarkisian.
Yep.
I thought the coaching staff for TCU came out with a great defensive game plan. Most certainly. And you saw a team that went out there and they matched up pretty well against Texas. And now here's the thing: Texas didn't play well. I don't know why Bijan Robinson only had 12 carries.
The defense had more points than the offense. They had a pick 6.
Yeah. This was Quinn Ewers was bad, capital B bad in this game.
And that's when you start to ask the question, is he the guy?
A lot of questions for Texas coming out of this. But for TCU, it's a big win. And they found a way through when their offense wasn't working. And that's the first time we've really seen that this year.
Yeah.
The offense had an off day, and they still found a way to win. 3 big games to go. But you can see the college football playoff from where you sit. Those are the 5 biggest moments of college football weekend.
Thanks so much for watching that video. If you would like more and to be notified when they come out, go ahead and click that subscribe button right down there. You can also watch Texas Football Today every day live at noon on TexasFootball.com, Facebook, Twitch, and right here on YouTube. For more of the best coverage of Texas football in the Lone Star State, go to TexasFootball.com/subscribe.